Welcome to TerryWilson3.com, home of TW3. Are you ready to take your money, business, and life to the next level? You are worth more, and you're about to hear how and why. So buckle up and listen up as we journey to the next level. Please welcome your guys to reach your goals, the TW3 family.
Thank you, Michael. This is Terry Wilson, and you are listening to episode 508, Turning Pain into Profits. You know, isn't that the trick to life in general and specifically business? But beyond business, you know, business is nothing more than the fruit of, well, personal decisions, that inform our professional decisions. Because I find that, especially in the small business realm, when you are a small business person, if you are able to manage the problems of a particular market, of an industry, of an economy that you're working within, when you can internalize what's going on, when you can see what's going on in the area you serve in a very clear and sober way, and then bring solutions to it, well, you're gonna prosper. And all that is turning problems into profits. You know, not running from an issue, but running right into it with a solution. That is the key to success, in my opinion. That is the way you enjoy life, you enjoy, and experience more, by having the capacity, because of self-development, because of self-study, because of being bold with self-awareness, that, hey, this isn't going to defeat me. This isn't going to break me. This isn't going to deter me. This is going to develop me. This is going to make me. This is my shining moment. And I tell you, with all the stuff, all the garbage that's going on in the world, in the society, and all just the cultural rot that we see, I'm telling you, now's the time. Now is the time. There's a passage over there. There's a thought that goes, and I can't remember exactly where it's at. But he says he is storing up the wealth of the wicked for the righteous. And I honestly believe we're living in a time where if we will just keep our ears to the ground, if we will keep our eyes to the heaven, if we keep our heart to, the one who created us, now is a time we could prosper more than ever before, because now is a time for everything that has been put on the inside of us through our own journeys in life, through our own experiences in life, and discovering, why we're here, and really grabbing a hold of that and being okay with facing hardships and facing, things that sometimes would deter other people. I'm telling you, now's the time you could really, really do well for yourself, your family, your friends, your nation, your culture, your society. Now is the time that you literally can see all of the wealth of those and that which is not of good report, of all the things that's just that brings people down, that depresses people, that deters people, that just demoralizes people's hopes, dreams, and ambitions and aspirations. Now's the time that you can come in a room and light it up, simply because you've got a different attitude, you got a different take, you got a different look on life. I'm telling you, now is the time. This is your season. This is your moment. This is your call to action, to get in the game, as EA Sports, get in the game. Now's the time. You can do it. Well, I've had a couple great conversations over the last couple of weeks. One with a young lady up in Winston-Salem, North Carolina, called Stephanie Drake, who has literally turned those experiences that she's had in life, she's turned them into a way to literally equip, encourage, inspire, and put people in a situation where they can prosper, specifically young ladies and ladies in general. So she's got a life coaching business and ministry and calling that she is using her experiences and her giftedness to speak and to inspire. She's using that to serve that market, that space, that area. So we had a great conversation in what she does. And believe it or not, and I know you believe it, but I was able to speak to one of my children who's actually on the podcast with me a lot, but we don't get to talk about matters like this, but he has started his own podcast, and we got to talking about various things, and it led to, challenges that generations have and all of that. And he was asking a question about, comparing hardships of my generation older versus his generation older. And it was just an honest conversation. And I thought that is a great conversation I would like to put in front of my audience as well, because it's just a father and son, an older gentleman and a younger gentleman talking about, the things and the struggles we have in life. Because at the end of the day, no matter how old you are, no matter how young you are, no matter where you're at in life, your ability to take whatever challenges it is, and it's not to compare one's person's problems to another, but to have the capacity to take that, to take the very tool, the very situation, the very instance that was supposed to destroy you, and somehow flip it to do some spiritual judo and take the energy from it and use it for your own good and use it as an energy to propel you. The very energy, the very weapon that was formed to destroy you, but not allow it to prosper in what it was created to do, but actually pick that weapon up and now use it for your own benefit and to use it for your own advancement. I'm telling you, that is the secret. That is the secret to life. That's the secret to success. To have those things, to have those discouragements, to have everything, the garbage of life that was supposed to pile on you, but to turn it into the mountain that you stand atop and proclaim the goodness of your God, the goodness of your life, the goodness of the things you've learned, and help others do the same. So, two great conversations. So I want to get into that right now, and just I hope this inspires you, hope this encourages you. Two great conversations. We're going to start off with Stephanie, my conversation with her, and then we'll get into my conversation with my counterpart here on the show, River. And so we'll get into that right now. And I have Stephanie Drake in the studio with us this evening, ladies and gentlemen. Stephanie is a resident there in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. Her real, relevant, and raw conversation extends, though, globally. By profession, she is the consummate business administrator and serial entrepreneur. By passion, she's a staunch advocate for empowering women to be mentally, emotionally, and relationally and socially healthy. She's got a website called Conquerqueencom. Yeah. TW3 family, give a warm welcome to Stephanie. Stephanie, how are you doing?
I am fantastic, Terry. How are you?
I am great. And what the people don't know behind the scenes, before we got on here, we had a little bit of a technical snafu, but you was a trooper in there, and you're just like, don't worry about it. So I do appreciate your patience there as I fumbled through some of the technical stuff.
No worries. I'm very honored to be here.
Well, we're honored to have you. And we always like introducing our audience to entrepreneurial minded people and people that are making an impact and having influence on their community. And so if you don't mind, take a few moments and tell the TW3 family and our listeners a little bit about Stephanie and what she does.
Hello, everybody. This is Stephanie Drake Carlisle. I'm so excited to be here as a guest of Terry's today. I am just passionate about specifically women, but anyone that I encounter. I'm passionate about people being emotionally, mentally, relationally, and socially healthy. As you had said before, Terry, essentially, it's for me being what I have needed in my life and didn't have it. And so once I was able to trek through uncharted territory in my life, and successfully come through it and come out on the other end, I was determined that if I encountered anyone that looked like or seemed like or felt like or stated that they were in some of those dark places that I had traveled myself, that I was going to be an advocate for them and get in the trenches with them to ensure that they came out successfully.
I love it. I love it. That is so awesome. I love hearing stories of people that take the very thing that was supposed to destroy them and turn around and make it a tool that will empower other people to find their freedom. That is just awesome. So tell me,
Thank you.
how long have you been doing this?
I guess I'll say it this way. I gave birth to Conquer Queen in 2008.
Okay.
Kind of just, I don't know, just being me. And if we've ever crossed paths in real life, you'll know I am that person. I'm just everybody's cheerleader. I'm going to find something to celebrate in people.
Oh, I love it.
And so at the time, the church that I was attending, I don't have any biological children. Married for the second time. My husband has two sons, so I have two bonus sons, but I've never had any children of my own.
Sure.
And I have always, but I have a ton of biological nieces and nephews and great nieces and nephews. So everybody calls me Aunt Steppy or Aunt Steffi, right? And so at the church that I was attending at the time, I had all these young ladies saying, "Hey, can we come to your house?" And I had this huge house. I lived alone, and they knew it.
Yeah.
And so they were like, "Can we please, please, please come to your house and just spend the weekend with you? We love you." And so I said yes. I said yes to everybody. And so the parents just started dropping their kids off, the girls off, right? And by the end of the night, when I counted heads, there were 23 young ladies there, ranging from ages 5 to 19. And it was the most fulfilling, mind blowing, non sleep activity I have ever had in my life because I was so wired. I was so excited. I wanted to just give a piece of me to each of them. And I really attempted to do that in that weekend with me. And so that was officially in 2008. But when I really gave a name and a label and some structure to it was in 2014.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
Love it. I love it. Boy, I tell you what, isn't it amazing how when you are operating in your passion and it's just how doors just open and things start falling together. You don't have to chase it. It'll chase you if you'll let it.
Oh my goodness. I'm telling you, I think mine chased me down and knocked me down, but I'm excited about it.
That is so cool. Well, let me ask you this. What is a major achievement in your personal or professional life that you are most proud of?
I am so happy to say that in December of 2021 and then again in January of 2022, so this month, I have published 2 journals. And it's specifically designed for, the Conquer Queen community, which is specifically for women. But I'm so excited. And I do believe, I strongly believe that when we capture our thoughts, they really help to empower us. And so I've been thinking about it forever. I have literally in my office a shelf of just blank journals because I buy them when I see them. And I thought, oh my God, and so many of my friends tell me, oh, you have these amazing refrigerator sayings, like the stuff you say it should be on a refrigerator. And so I started capturing those sayings and I have incorporated them into the one in December was a gratitude journal.
Oh, nice.
And then in January this month, a self-esteem journal.
Nice.
And so I guess a quasi-published author.
I love it. Well, I tell you what, anything worth knowing about is worth writing down. And so
Absolutely.
I love the fact that you're doing that and pouring value out in your community and helping people find their destiny and be inspired by your story. I love that. So let me ask you this, and you got into a little bit, but let's dig a little deeper. What is a failure in your personal or professional life that you have learned the most from?
I will say that believing that family or expecting, not just, I won't say believing, expecting family or friends or your close circle to always support what it is you do. And I think initially because I felt like I needed that sense of security to say, hey, we affirm you, it's okay for you to go and do and be, what you were born to be in the earth. And when I didn't have that, I thought, well, maybe it's not worth sharing. only to find that I would cross paths with people and give who I am, and immediately there would be results. And I would stay connected with these people, and I could see the results, and they could measure the results. And then I thought, I'm waiting on affirmation from people who I do believe love me, care about me, but maybe what I am doing doesn't have to be their focus, so they can turn around and give me the pat on the back. The results speak for themselves. So I started to really lean more into that instead of the outward affirmation from those that know me.
Love it. Love it. Well, and knowing which room to be in, changing rooms. Sometimes, the ones we love are in this room, but the ones we need are in the other room. And so
that's good stuff. That's a refrigerator saying.
Well, my kids tell me I'm a bumper sticker writer myself, so so I love it. But that's true. That's true. It's that whole. You've probably heard the story of the crabs. And how you keep a crab in a pail by putting another crab in there. And so sometimes we just have to get out of that room into another room. Doesn't mean that those folks are bad people,
right? Or
they don't love us, or all of those negative and toxic emotions. It just means that's not what we need right now.
Exactly. Exactly.
And people can't give what they don't have. And I have found in my own personal life, sometimes I'm putting a demand on people that I love for something they don't possess themselves. And it's
that's so true. Yeah. Oh my God, that is so true. And we have to meet people where they are and give them what they need from their perspective, not from our perspective. And so when I really started to assess that, it's what you said. It's not that they don't love me, don't care about me, or aren't even excited for me or happy for me. It's just where they are in their place right now. And that's fine.
Yeah.
That's really okay. But these people here, they need me.
Right.
And so the result of me being who I was born to be in the earth will speak for itself. That's the affirmation, seeing the result of a life changed and empowered and strengthened and motivated and lifted and shifted.
Yeah.
That's the result. That's the affirmation.
And that's exactly right. That's exactly right. And I love that. I love that. Well, lastly, what is the best advice that you've ever been given that's had the greatest impact on your personal and professional life? If you can quantify down, this person said this and it changed everything, or as a piece of advice or something that's sort of become your mantra. If you could quantify it, I might be unfair to try to narrow everything down to one, but if you got one that just sort of sticks out, what would it be?
I would have to say relative to, you know what, Terry, it blends over into both. Someone sharing with me that it was okay to be profitable from that which I'm passionate about.
Yes.
Because I was so effortlessly giving, because I just wanted that person to be better. And if I was fortunate and privileged enough to be allowed the space to assist them in that process, then I thought, okay, I'm good. And they were like, you gave too much of yourself not to have gained something in return. And I'm like, no, I did gain something. I saw them transform, and they're like, no, but it could be more. And so to teach me that and to advise and instruct me on how to profit and monetize even what I'm passionate about. That was a very, very, very difficult place for me. And I was stagnant in that area for a long time. I'm still growing in that area.
Yeah. I think that's a common thing. And I think that's something very apropos to our audience and something we work on, something that comes easy to us and something that we've gone through, like, for the longest time, I would feel, I wouldn't say guilty, but is this right? Or should I do for charging to do something for someone that has taken me a lifetime to learn how to do and figure out. And now it's easy to me. And now because it's easy and there's no struggle in it, all of a sudden it's like, I don't know. But no, that's you're not being paid for the 30 seconds it takes you to do this anymore. You're being paid for the 30 years it took you to get to that.
Absolutely. 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 Because these individuals are definitely benefiting from the journey of my life. And you're right. It is about 3 decades of stuff in there,
Exactly.
of life and experiences. And it's okay. It really is okay. Like I said, let me make this disclaimer. I am still growing.
We all are. We all
are. Still growing.
None of us have arrived, and we won't until we're face to face and know that which we have been known by, so, but there's nothing wrong with, being monetized and supported for the value that you have worked a lifetime to build. And so many times we just discount our own value because we take it for granted, because we're around, so I get that. Well, Conquerqueen.com, you're over there. You got some products there that they can get, a journal. Is there anything else that they can grab off your website that might bring an entrepreneur some value?
There are some self-guided micro courses I just launched in this month, a 12-month intensive called Conquer Me, Conquer Life.
Nice.
And so there are a group of women that enrolled into this intensive. And so we're excited. But for those that missed the enrollment cutoff, there are some self-guided micro courses that are available on the website, and they are certainly welcome to get the information there. You don't get the one-on-one from me or the class environment. We meet twice a month, and you don't get that, but you still get the information. And sometimes just having the information, something that you can refer back to, something that you can look at, and something that can help guide you. There are many books, there are checklists, there are workbooks, there are worksheets. And so there are several different subject matters about loving yourself, self-love, the importance of self-love, self-acceptance, self-awareness, self-sabotage, even, and so having this information is enlightening. Yes. And so I think these self-guided micro courses will be beneficial to those who, want to invest in themselves. It's all about intentional investments.
Nice. And it is. You're right. And, we spend a lot of time in the business space talking to entrepreneurs, but I've said it many, many times. Mindset matters more than anything else. You can develop this skill set. You can have all these tools, the training, technology, everything you need in business. But if you don't have the mindset and the self-worth that I am worth, the investment, you won't do the activities with the other stuff that's needed. So I love it, love it, love it. Well, Stephanie, thank you so much for taking the time and being with us for our show.
It has been my absolute pleasure, despite all the initial challenges. That it was nothing compared to the excitement I'm feeling right now. So thank you for having me.
That's awesome. We loved having you on there and hope we can do more with you later on. All right.
Sounds great, Terry. Enjoy your day.
Thank you. All right. I hope you enjoyed that conversation I had with Stephanie. Man, I'm telling you, she has got a wonderful ministry and business, and she's literally taking the things that she's learned and experienced in life and using it to help others advance in their life. And I look forward to working with her more in the future as she starts leveraging some of our tools, training, and technology to help her even grow further in her ministry and in her business and in her calling. And that's what it's all about. And this is what I tell people all the time. The tools and everything that we use here at TW3, it surpasses just business, even though I love business and there's nothing wrong with business. And I don't say that in a dismissive, disparaging way. But it doesn't matter if you're a school, if you're a church, if you're a life coach, if you are a speaker, if you're an author. there's one common denominator on everything, and that is people. You got to have people. People that want, need, desire, can afford what it is they find value in. And how do you get in front of those folks, especially in today's world where we're all sort of separated, ironically, by technology? You have to find each other through technology, and that's what these tools do. And one of the things I just unveiled this past week on Tuesday, 2:00 on a February live Zoom call. Go back and watch the first 5 minutes of that live Zoom call. It's over on YouTube. Check it out, because I brought up the fact that in our elite membership, we are even going a step further and preloading CRMs with leads to be able to start calling on specific businesses to start helping and equipping them with their business solution needs that they have, whether it be through their email marketing needs they have, their text marketing, their online social media marketing, their Google and AdWords marketing, their SEO, their website, whatever digital business solutions they need. And we're even getting into some print and stuff like that. A one-shop stop, whatever you need to get your products, goods, and services in front of the people you need. We just unveiled another component that we're putting in the Elite package that is pretty darn cool. So you'll have to check that out. And that's just one more way we're helping people like Stephanie and other people get what they want and have in front of other people. And if you're there and you're saying, well, Terry, I don't have a product or service, I don't have anything that I've developed, we give you the products. And you say, well, I'm not a technical person, I don't want to get into technology, I don't want to sell software, I don't want to sell marketing systems, I don't want to sell. We have an inventory of different and various products, thousands and thousands of different products, goods, and services in hundreds of different industries that you could start today, and you don't even have to buy the inventory. And it's not affiliate marketing. There's some things, some of it is. Some of it is just you referring it over to someone and let them try to sell the person. And whether they make the sale or not, you get paid to send the lead over there. I mean, so that literally puts you in, if you want to be in the automobile industry, boom. If you want to be in the insurance business, boom. You want to be in the legal business, boom. And here's the other thing. You don't have to be licensed. You don't have to be a licensed insurance agent to sell insurance leads to licensed insurance agents. So we teach you how to do this marketing. You don't have to have a car lot of 50 to 100 different automobiles on a car lot to get in the car business today. We show you how you can start selling leads to big companies like CarMax, Carvana, and all of these other companies, $50 to $500, and then whether they make a sale or not, you're getting paid. So, and you can start your own virtual online car lot. And that you don't have to be a lawyer to start representing and well, not representing, but selling leads to attorneys to do all the legal work. All you have to do is, so literally, you want to be in medical, you want to be in legal, you want to be in auto, you want to be in insurance. What do you want to do? What passions do you have? Because that's what it's all about. And we're talking today about turning your pain into profits. What pain points have you gone through? Have you had a bad experience in the legal world? Well, you've got some stories, and you've got ways, you've got angles, you've got inside track information because you've experienced things that you can start. Hey, are you this type of person and experienced this, because of this? Well, our attorneys can help you with that, and you start generating leads for that specific niche and that specific that's how you turn your pains into profits. Have you been like me, overweight most of your life? And now you know what it's like to be on a health journey. Now you know what it's like to be 100 pounds lighter. Now you know what it's like to feel better, to look better, to enjoy life more. Well, you can speak to a lot of pain point there. And yeah, I'm not a certified health coach, and I'm not in some MLM, multi-level marketing, to sell some peel through lotion or potion. Not that there's anything wrong with that. I feel like Seinfeld. But I can generate leads and send them over to someone that maybe wants to sell them a protein shake or wants to do something. And whether they buy anything or not, whether they get involved with this program or not, I get paid. And here's the secret. I'm trying to get away from saying dirty little secret because it's so cliche. But in some instances, I know some of these people that are in these sort of home-based network marketing businesses, and I know what they get paid to recruit people in them. And I was looking at what I get paid to send as a lead, and it's actually more, and I never joined anything. So that should tell you where the money's at. And we're going into Super Bowl weekend, and have you noticed that the Super Bowl advertisers are spending less and less money? Why? Because they're putting more and more money in people like me and other people online, podcasters, online quote unquote influencers. Maybe I need to put some duck lips on and go out and show my rear end on Instagram. I probably wouldn't get anything at that point, but that's where all the money's going. And so what that tells you, you individual, regular mom, pop, Joe from home, all you got to do is get some of these tools, get some of these techniques that we show you, and you can start driving leads with these systems to various referral marketing partners and get paid. That's all it means. And so whatever your pain point is, whatever you've had to go through in life, that's where I would tell you, go back over there, because you empathize, you know what people are going through. You can speak to with authority, and you can start referring them to solutions, and whether they buy the solution or not, you are getting paid. That's how you turn pains into profits. Now, just had a conversation the other day with River, and we were talking about the pain points of my generation versus his generation. He sort of opened it up with a question, and so we had that conversation. So let's listen to that right now.
Would you say it's harder today to get an entry-level job to survive than it was, let's say, 20, 30, 40 years ago?
No. To be honest with you, I know that's not politically correct or popular.
Right.
But it's my opinion.
Yeah.
Take it or leave it.
Yeah, you have the right.
And I know people disagree with me. And I think this generation, in my opinion, has way more opportunity than people my generation had coming up. For example.
That's fair.
For example, I am a poor, white, Southern, uneducated male in the ninth poorest county in America, not the state, in America. And my opportunity, and I'm not saying woe is me, by the way, that's not
right.
But I'm saying, what's my opportunity? It's very limited. I don't come from money. I don't come from anything. It had Terry Wilson grown up in the exact same community, from the exact same family, but in this time period, there's one big difference. Internet.
Yeah, that's true. There's a lot more opportunities.
The world, it doesn't matter where you're at. The world is right there on your phone.
Yeah.
On your laptop. I can connect to anyone in the world.
Yeah.
I can see what's going on. I can shop around.
Not only that, the market is so easy to find. A market for any specific product.
Back then, you were sort of pigeonholed to the corner of the world you lived in.
Right.
I mean, if you only had $40 in your account,
yeah,
and gas was even though gas was 89 cents a gallon, how far would that take you, and where do you go?
Yeah,
to get that opportunity, to find that.
Right.
The only thing around me was fast food and cotton mill, which is, there's not cotton mills in this area anymore. But back in those days, you either went and worked for the mill, which was very, very, very laborsome work.
I bet.
Very hard work. And just so you know I'm talking to a young fella here, and people that are listening to your podcast are thinking I'm probably Mr. Old Fuddy Duddy or whatever, but I'll give you a little insight. When you see people my age and up cop attitudes with younger generations, keep in mind, it's not to dismiss the pain, the struggle, the things you're going through at all, because it's real. It's just different.
Yeah,
it's just different.
Yeah, definitely.
But what my generation hears is here's someone that has the entire world at their hands.
Right.
Opportunity all around them. I mean, before we came on tonight, you had a wonderful Mexican meal
Yeah.
by one push of a button brought to you.
Yeah. It was good.
I grow up, okay, and we're eating out of soup cans or something because mom and dad work all day.
Right.
So you don't have, it's just, so older people are looking at the context of their life
Yeah.
and seeing the context of someone else's life, and they're like, what are you about?
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely.
So I think everybody needs to be patient.
Yeah.
Everybody needs to be patient with one another. My generation needs to be patient with your generation in the fact that we didn't have all the stuff coming at us that you guys do.
Yeah.
Like, for instance, if I had someone in school that thought I was an asshole or thought I was this or that or didn't like me, 9 times out of 10, I wouldn't even know about it.
Right.
You guys know what everybody thinks about everything.
Exactly.
And sometimes that's not good.
It can be awful.
It's not mentally healthy.
No, if you do something wrong or you make a mistake, everybody in your school, somehow, they don't even have to know you, but they are going to know what you did. It's crazy hanging out with people from my generation because they can look at anybody and know their backstory, know
everything.
All from social media.
We were going down the road and your sister was talking about how when she goes on someone's account, she goes back and looks at 3, 4, 5 years ago and this and that. It never occurred to your mother and I to even do something. Oh, why would we? I want to know what's going on. Yeah. And I was like, what?
I mean, it's just easy. Like, I could go back for you. I could go back to 2010, 2011 to see what you were thinking on July 31st.
You can go back 100 pounds ago.
Yeah, exactly. I could. It's easy to go back and see how people have changed. And I think
the old cliche is ignorance is bliss.
Yeah, I absolutely
My
agree.
generation was ignorant of what other people thought. We were ignorant of what was going on 40 miles from us because we didn't have constant news.
Exactly. And that's the hard part is because I think when you were growing up, every opinion was within your circle.
It was our little circle.
It was your circle. This, I can hear the opinion of somebody in Australia, somebody in California, somewhere in Vermont. You hear everyone's opinion and it's like, well, damn, what do I choose? Like, what's the right opinion? Because everyone thinks they're right.
And so what we've done, in my opinion, is we've put young people in this situation to where we've given them loaded guns and not taught them how to hold it,
how to load it,
where to go to the firing range and practice. We haven't taught you have been given so much information to process emotionally, spiritually, intellectually.
Yeah.
I mean, you're being exposed to, listen, when I came up, it never occurred to me to think there was no God.
Yeah.
I mean, just go there for a minute.
Yeah.
It never occurred to me to think there's no such thing as God.
Yeah.
I don't know of anybody in your generation that
doesn't have doubts.
It doesn't have doubts. And why would, and I think it's great to, as a Christian, to examine why you believe what you believe and not to believe based on something. I get all that. I don't want to go down that rabbit hole. I know it's not, but just simple things like that. The way we view life.
Yeah. It's definitely gotten harder.
Our whole reality.
Yeah.
Your reality goes through this thing, these filters of social media and society and all of this. And you are having to intentionally focus on what's true. It didn't take a lot of intellectual or emotional energy on my part to accept reality.
Yeah.
You have to fight for what is real and what's not.
Exactly.
Because there's just so much BS.
Because at the time I was 14, the harsh part about the internet is there's no censorship. There's nobody caring about what you're going to hear.
Not that I think there should be. But
No, yeah, me neither. But,
Go Joe Rogan.
By the time I was 13, 14, I knew the Mexican cartel was a thing. I knew that they chopped people's heads off, and you see videos of the kids and their dads.
I didn't even know about the Mexican cartel until about 5 or 6 years ago. I probably learned of it at the same time you did.
Yeah, it's crazy. There's just
because of Netflix.
There's just, you think about all over the world. like the KGB is such a scary thing because they're like an official governmental sort of thing, like a militia. I don't know if they're actually in arms with the government, but these are people who are like the police, but the evil police. If they don't like what you posted, they go to your house and they chop off your limbs and they kill your girlfriend and they do whatever. It's like, damn, it shows you the world is a dark place.
But see, I never, and it is, and it always has been.
Right.
But the difference is, it's not ever until recent history just been incessantly put in front of you.
Yeah.
You're constantly having to see the worst of the worst. And it's skewed on top of that.
Yeah.
It's very skewed because it's not like there's not great things going on.
Yeah.
It's not like
that's not attractive.
It's not like someone that I went to the gym day didn't just smile at me, open the door and say, "It's so good to see you."
Yeah.
And it wasn't like that someone just didn't come up to me last week and almost bring me to tears because they were talking about some things that was going on and thanking me for. It's not like, but see, that don't make the news.
Yeah. No, yeah, exactly.
That don't make that because it doesn't sell.
No.
It doesn't get clicks. It doesn't.
I think Jordan Peterson has talked about this before, but it's just, I don't know. It's hard to. Good things don't get clicks, like you said. It's just
It doesn't.
Darkness sells.
And it doesn't matter if you are the most optimistic person. I really don't think, and he's talked about this, but you can be, I feel like, and you could correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like I'm a pretty optimistic person as far as upbeat.
I definitely think you are.
I always try to see the good, and but I don't think appreciating all of the darkness and the heaviness isn't a personality thing. And I think it's, Peterson talks about it being an evolutionary thing because we're conditioned to have to be worried about the tiger in the jungle.
Yeah.
We survived as a species because we're predisposed to understand there's something out there that wants to eat me.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's just in our DNA. That's just in our makeup. And so that's not a person. I'm I'm a motivational speaker over here.
Right.
That's what I do. But I recognize that there's stuff to be concerned about. So how much more can the society we have created bring a lot of people to a lot of heaviness?
Yeah. Yeah.
When they are already maybe predisposed to being a little on the more melancholy side to start with.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just, I have to be intentional, man. And so I said all that to say my generation needs to be more patient with the younger generation because yes, that kid's got that iPhone and sneakers and it's got on demand anything they want. They don't have the hardship maybe that we came up with because they got a lot of modern amenities that we never, but they have a lot of emotional and psychological pressure that we never was put under.
Right.
And that's why you hear old fuddy-duddies like me saying, y'all need to go outside and play.
Yeah.
Just get on your bike, get away from electronics and just play. Because truthfully, you'd be happier for it.
Oh, yeah. No, it's honestly one of my favorite topics, just about, and this is a bit controversial, so I hope this doesn't offend anyone.
No, go ahead.
But,
oh, yeah. Well, you're already, you don't worry about offending me. You already offended me.
What I sort of believe is, we were never made to stay inside all day. And I think a lot of people agree.
I agree with that.
Just from an evolutionary standpoint, it's because in a sense, I believe we're animals in a sense. Like we're conscious and self-aware animals. We're the smartest of our species, but still in a way we are built to hunt, fight, all this. But today, everything is, you want food? Click this glass, you touch this glass anytime and you get anything you want, pretty much. You want drugs, alcohol, food, porn, whatever, it's all at the touch of this glass. So all of the dopamine that should be coming from hunting or finding something or fighting something, it's just so easy to get nowadays. So I definitely understand what you're saying about we need to sort of put ourselves in other people's shoes to understand.
You remember the show Fresh Prince of Bel Air?
Yes, I love that show.
Do you like that show?
I love that show.
Remember Uncle, what's his name?
Uncle Phil?
Uncle Phil and his wife.
Yeah.
She said something so profound one time on that show. She said, Phil, we have worked so hard to give our kids what we never had coming up that we forgot to give them what we did have. And what she was talking about is the struggle.
Damn.
The struggle, people don't realize, but the struggle is just as part of the gift of life as the reward. And what you're talking about, being able to get anything at the touch of a button to get that dopamine hit.
Yeah.
Reward without the struggle leads to some bad places, physically, emotionally, spiritually.
Absolutely.
You know, and I've had to learn this, and you've watched me in my own physical life the last year and a half. I have been overweight since you've known me. And, you know, in just the last year and a half, I've taken my health serious because I never liked the struggle there. Just didn't. No, who likes the struggle? But
yeah, exactly.
Now when I reward myself with that steak or whatever, you know, I'm getting rewarded the right way after the struggle.
No, I 100% agree. I mean, it's talked about all the time in clinical psychology, but you need darkness to see lightness. And I think if we were always just happy, then it would be sort of sad in a way. Like, we'd be like, whatever. Like, it's just whatever.
What is happiness without sadness?
Exactly. So I think you have to really go through the tough and dark times to really cherish the happy times and be like...
And you start realizing that, then some of those big questions that we ask start to make more sense.
Yeah. No, yeah, I agree.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely.
Why is all the suffering in the world?
Right.
Because what brings pleasure if there's no suffering?
Yeah.
What brings bliss if there's no absolute?
Yeah. I don't think we'd cherish life if we didn't know we were going to die.
Why would you?
Yeah. I think it's what it makes life.
Death is what brings value to life.
Yeah.
If you lived forever, then why would you even get up tomorrow? I hope you got something out of that conversation. I hope you excuse some of the raw back and forth him and I were having, because we're father and son, so we're just being real. And so that might have been too real for a business podcast, but at the same time, I thought it was apropos for the topic that I'm dealing here with, which is turning pains into profits, because you know, we all are going through something. We're all experiencing something. And the key, here again, the key to your success, the key to my success is taking all of that nonsense that's been thrown at you by life and learning how to turn it into fuel. Learning how to use it for your good and not your demise. That's the key to success. That's the key to personal success. That's the key to professional success. That's the key to enjoying, experiencing, and earning more. Listen, we're back in the saddle this coming Monday night at 8 p.m. live. We'll have Reagan and River in the studio with me, and we'll be yapping it up, talking, answering your questions that's come through. If you did miss that live Zoom training and you're interested in more about what we do, you can go over to terrywilson3.com/YouTube. Just look up the February 8th live Zoom. I went for about an hour. You can get a little bit of behind the scenes training and seeing some of our systems, our software, and the support that we give. What you got there was I, from time to time, do a public training for everyone in our organization. I do a weekly training on Wednesday nights at 8 p.m. for our elite group. These are our top elite trainers. They get access to me and the group, and we talk and solve problems. As you will hear in the training here, it's sort of like this is sort of what a mastermind. It goes in a little more depth in our elite masterminds, but you get a vibe of the group and how we're there to help one another, how we're there to answer questions, how we share screens and answer any technical components, any sales questions that have, any marketing questions, any business development questions. You know, everybody has strengths and weaknesses, and so you know it takes, iron sharpens iron. And so, where I can't answer and speak with authority on one question, another member can. And where that person can't, another man. And so that's why it's so important. Whether you join TW3 and become an elite member or not, here's bottom line. It's to your benefit. It's to your advantage to get in a group of like-minded people that are motivated to success and motivated to help others succeed and find their own personal success and seeing how they can help other people succeed. Get in a group like that. You know, the good book says, you know, not to forsake the assembly together, as some do. And it's talking about going to church, of course, but what is church? Nothing more than an assembly of people that is looking to a higher purpose, a higher figure, someone who is perfect that you want to aspire to become more and more like. The highest pinnacle, the highest imagery that we can ever hope, dream, or think about. It's important. It's important for your mental health, your spiritual health, your psychological health. It's important. And in business, that's what, you know, a mastermind is nothing more than a mock church around business that we're going after these higher principles, these higher purposes, and we're coming together to help one another achieve. So you do the same. And whether you're doing it with us or not, you do the same. It's in your best interest to do it. We'll see you Monday night, 8 p.m. at TerryWilson3.com.
Thank you for listening to our show today. If you have any questions or would like to speak with us about your goals, then please call or text us at 864-507-9696. Reach out to us online at TerryWilson3.com.